Hi, my name is Andry. I call myself a pastor because actually I don't call myself a pastor. A pastor from my church called me a pastor, and I call him an apostle because we're moving on up, and we were just prophesying to each other. I'm recording this video, and I hope the sound quality is okay. This is the first time I use uh, this HP MV23 Pavilion with Beast Audio. So this is something I've been wanting to do for the longest, which is do a video about me making the elk call or attempting to make the elk grunt. You know, the sound that hunters make with that one object that they buy to assimilate how the animal elk would actually sound while they're either doing their mating call or just posing a threat to other male elks. Without further ado, hear this. That one wasn't good. Let me try it again. You know, I'm like a little boy scout. You know, I'm a man, but I know my way through things. I have no problem gunning an animal and getting it prepped to cook and eat. I mean, I can do all that work, you know, and I'm just saying, we hunters, we fishermen, let's share what we have to become productive, and to give to our community, and not just to our community, but people in need, like babies in Africa who are in Kenya specifically who are dying because of a protein deficiency. I know that some of you vegans are out there saying, "Oh, you can get protein anywhere else, other than meat." Yeah, you can get protein anywhere. Yeah, you can. You can get protein. You can get iron in beans, but I don't think it's going to be enough protein, you know, at, and quick protein, than the one that you would get with a piece of steak. I don't think beans has more protein than, you know, a leg and a thigh. I don't think beans have more protein than the grasshopper. Yes, an insect. It's disgusting. You don't want to eat an insect, but hey, like you grab a steak this big, it's like a 2 feet wide piece of steak. A grasshopper like an inch long has like the equivalency amount of protein of that steak. Like the equivalent amount of protein of that steak. It's a grasshopper like 2 inches. That's yeah, something you're not gonna get in a freaking spinach leaf. You're not. These kids, they need protein. They need a lot of protein and fast, and a good piece of steak seasoned with some salt. Mm, it's what they need in order to survive because they're dying. Kids under 5-year-old babies, they're dying because in Kenya because they can't eat meat. You know how many wild big game there is in Kenya? You got them big water buffaloes that them big animals. I don't know what they're called with the really long horns. Man, if I was over there with a rifle and some ammunition, catching me those those animals, I would I would just dedicate my life to killing, cooking, and feeding all these kids, you know, just feeding myself enough to be able to do that day after day, and giving everything else to all these kids who are dying, because that's what we should do as a society, as responsible adults, as responsible human beings. You know, that's what we should be focused on. You know. Well, anyway, God bless y'all. Thank you for sticking for the whole 5 minutes that I'm on now, 5.5 minutes. And I know I wanted to just show y'all my elk call, but I had to say a lot on video that I can't by typing, because you know this is a lot faster way of communicating to me is by video, is by voice. And I'll end it by doing the elk sound 3 more times. Stay tuned for more videos where I will, you know, try to teach you how to make the elk sound, and where where I'm somewhere where I could actually call some elks. You know, excuse me for the background, but just the best I can do right now. And next time, I hope to I hope to make the elk sound, successfully call an elk, shoot it myself with my own rifle, and catch all that on video so y'all can see it, and enjoy the picture of nature that God has given unto us. Let me do the elk call one more time for you, y'all. People who are still in denial, saying that it's fake. I'm not really whistling this. Well, I mean, hey, it's not fake. It's me whistling, and I could do this in front of you in person. Show you that I don't have any implants in my throat, nothing. Because if I did have an implant in my throat, I would actually sound more like an elk. Like, 'cause I can't do that thing that elks do. That that grunt crap. Of course, I can't do that. I'm a human being, but this is the best I can do to an elk call.